I am Renata Leuthen, and today we want to talk about some good news. And the good news are that all evil must cease and that all sorrow will end. We are all engaged in some forms of negativism, some forms of evil. We experience pain, we experience unhappiness. There are situations which we don't like. We are all confronted with evil. We have taken evil too much for granted. And we have also become too used to our own unhappiness and the unhappiness also of other people. Now, the good news is that all that is evil will end. Evil is not eternal. Evil has a beginning and it does have an end. And the end is coming, which means that we are to expect a future, and we will actually experience a future which will be completely free from all evil. Now, if you happen to be someone who studies the Bible, if you happen to be someone who studies ancient writings, for example, Plato's Republic or the teachings of the old Egyptians, you will probably object and say, well, this all sounds good, but as all the old writers, philosophers and people who were inspired by the Divine Spirit, who were inspired by the Holy Spirit, as all these people have said, there will be a division. Not all people will experience the end of all that is evil. There will be people who will continue to experience evil, and they will continue to experience evil throughout all eternity, which means forever. And this is so, and this can be studied if you look in the Bible, if you look at the old teachings of the Greeks, of the Egyptians and so forth. Now, this division between people who are good and evil has always been made. And this promise that people who have committed themselves to good will experience good for all eternity, which means obviously once they have died and they have left their earthly bodies and entered this other unseen sphere which is so real and which is called eternity. And other people who have been what we call wicked and evil on this planet, they will receive punishment. And this notion of punishment is really universal. You find it everywhere in every religion. And they will continue to experience punishment forever, and they will experience what we call evil forever. But the good news is that evil, all evil shall end, and all sorrow shall end. Evil and sorrow is just an expression of evil. Sorrow is just the result of experiencing things which are not good, which are evil. Evil and sorrow will end. And this means that there is freedom from evil, that there is freedom from sorrow, and that this state, this new state, this state which most of us, or perhaps all of us, never happened to experience while they live on this planet, that this state is the ultimate state, that this evil-free and sorrow-free state is the ultimate, the highest reality. If we've made a decision for good, if we've made a decision for life, we should rejoice, because we have this assurance that for us all evil must end and all sorrow must end. All destruction, all the many different forms of destruction that we experience in our lives, in our families, in our societies, on this planet, they will cease. They will cease. And because evil will cease to be and cease to exist, and at least in the future, and at least in the foreseen future, the question is, why should we tolerate any form of evil now? And why should we tolerate anything now that causes and results in sorrow? Evil and sorrow were never meant to be, and we as human beings were never to experience sorrow and evil. And the good news is that all evil will cease and all sorrow will end forever. And this is final, and this is ultimate, and no one can change it. The question is whether all human beings will experience this wonderful state, or only part of the human race. Only those who made a commitment to good while they were alive on this planet. And we shall see, and we shall find out one day.